Hey guys, Ncaa31 here, bringing you my part 3 of my Tampa-2 series. I'm going to go over complementary plays and zone blitzes here. This first one is out of the 4-6 cover 4. I like this version of cover 4 out of the 4-6. I usually put in the 4-6 speed package to get my DBs on the field, but it really does an excellent job of jamming up the middle. As you can see there, you got hook zone coverage outside. Tough throw to make there. The flat's going to be vulnerable, but in a long yardage situation, in this case, this was a third and goal type situation. Third or fourth and goal, I don't remember. It was pretty late in the game. There's me, user controlling. And I have the deep safety in the middle who maintains his inside position and makes the INT. But going back, the reason why I like it, it gives a 4 deep out of a 3 deep look. There it is again at speed, or close to full speed rather. I'm controlling the strong safety on the right of the red circle. You know, the pass rush doesn't really do much this time, but you see there I kind of maintained my zone depth until I broke on the route there, which I could afford to do since I knew I had the guy behind me. Good obstruction there for that corner. That's going to be a tough throw to fit in there. And all you really want to do is just obstruct where people commonly like to go. You have a one-on-one down the deep sideline. Again, the obvious vulnerability is the flats, and perhaps a deep out, depending on how you shade your zone coverage. But overall, it gives you nice, safe coverage down the seams. 4-3 Thunder 2. This is a 2-point conversion situation. My opponent is trying to cut it down to a one-possession game. This is a nice red zone defense for the pass, as well as a good run-stopping defense. It's really a zone blitz, 5-man pressure. You have both defensive tackles are going to be dropping back into hooks and cover 2 hard on the outside. Again, you don't want to really play this on a long field too much because you only have 2 defensive tackles covering the middle. That's very dangerous. So it's best to use in a run situation or in the red zone. See Cromartie there is in this flat zone, comes up and makes a tackle. I typically like to play boundary corner, field corner. I like to have my best tackling corner on the strong side or boundary side, but I didn't really have a chance to flip it, or I forgot to in this case. But my best cover guy on the field side, and Cromartie comes up and makes a tackle. And I like playing chess games like that as far as really maximizing what my guys do well and playing to their strengths. Like here again, see it again. You see the 2 defensive tackles dropping back into hooks. You see the cover 2 hard. The corners. 5-man rush. It'd be a bang-bang play to hit in the middle there. There's a good chance of having the ball knocked out loose. And this is why you need, or I prefer, more athleticism out of my defensive tackles than just sheer size, strength, and mass. You don't really need that kind of defensive tackle. You need a guy who's athletic, can get off blocks, provide a pass rush, and also do stuff like that, go into hook zones. You know, he could possibly get that ball over Cromartie, but again, it's going to be a bang-bang type of play. Cromartie's good enough to sink back. I've seen him do that a million times. Thankfully for me, he actually tackles somebody. You're going to see he kind of retreats and then closes hard in that flat route. Switching gears a little bit, Ncaa. Cat Blitz 3 out of the regular dime. Reason why I like this play, when I eventually get to it, is what does it look like pre-snap? It looks like 2 deep. It gives away nothing. But at the snap, I'm controlling Mario Edwards on the left. You have some pretty nice stuff going on there. You're going to see the two defensive backs to your left blitz, the linebacker in the middle bail to cover that vacated area. The DB, the safety on your left, the free safety, is going to fly to the deep sideline rather. Strong safety going to the deep middle. Defensive end going into a hook, and deep sideline by the corner. Obviously, you have a vacated area in the flat. Again, down distance situation as far as calling this kind of stuff. These are change-up plays and zone blitzes, so use them appropriately. But after seeing cover two, you spring this on him. He thinks something is there that isn't, and I get the INT. And here I'm just using Mario Edwards and just trying to push the offensive lineman back into the quarterback and free up somebody to come clean, hopefully. Very good when run as a boundary blitz. One of those two guys, if a back isn't kept in or if he's not really paying attention, will get in there. If you're someone who's not that experienced at mixing up your coverages with pre-snap adjustments, the oldest and most basic pre-snap adjustment is hot routing defenders out of cover 3, the flat zone defenders, into pink zones. It's a great mix-up or a great change-up to the standard cover 3 from time to time, and it can really cause some confusion if you don't tip your hand and show it too much. Someone with some savvy and, has been around the block a couple of times will recognize it after a while and throw it to vacated areas if they're smart. So you want to mix up who you're flat zoning, or pink zoning rather. Sometimes do both, sometimes one, sometimes throw in a defensive lineman even into the pink zone, and sometimes play it straight, just mix and match. You see, he automatically thinks that curl's going to be open, but nope, not there. And you're going to see another shot of it coming up a little bit, and I get the INT on that. But here it is again, this time out of a too high safety look, and I have this defender on your left hooked. Not hooked, but flat zoned. He has to hold the ball, pass pressure gets in, and he is on his back. It's a very simple yet very effective changeup that you'd want to mix in there to your cover 3. I have a robber safety coming in, and a guy going out to the flat. And I have the right side normal. So this was a case where I only dropped one of the flat defenders back, and I get the obstruction with the jam and redirect with the slot. And he really doesn't really know where to go with the football. And he got belted. Now this is 4-3 over zone blitz. It's very rare that it works this well. The idea is to occupy the left tackle and have a quicker, more explosive defensive end slanting inside, and in this case, he just shoots right by the guard. The guard just doesn't have any chance. Just an athletic mismatch, and again, that's not always going to happen, but the idea is to look at that hard slant he takes inside. You see the other blitzer coming in, and he just overmatches the guard with just acceleration and speed. It can cause a lot of confusion on the left side occasionally because you have a 3-on-2, and if one of the linemen is late, this is what will happen. You have decent coverage around it, curl flat. There's enough obstruction there to at least make a guy hesitate for that deep middle, and you have curl flat on the left and also on the right deep sideline. dime fire zone blitz. Very important. Using the robber defender safety and finding the slot receiver or whoever's breaking or running vertical. Let's pan out a little bit. See the corner coming into your left. I find the slot receiver, match his pattern, break on the ball, get the INT. You're going to see OC on your right drop into his zone. There he is. I have the safeties or the zones audible to the middle to get that free safety. Really cheating hard to the middle of the field. If I get beat to the sideline, so be it. I don't want to get beat middle. The corner blitz comes in quick enough, just quick enough to force the hurry. Deep sideline, bail and run. Safety cheating to the middle. There I am on your left. I'm staying inside that slot receiver. I don't care about the guy in the flat. And I get the INT. Quarters double buzz. I like this version of double buzz because one of the dime DBs is in a spy. Again, against the Niners, you want to keep Kaepernick in the pocket. He's just in desperation mode here. But you're going to see he really doesn't have much of any place else to go, so he decides to take a shot down the sideline. It's basically an inverted Tampa-2. See the linebacker bailing to the middle of the field. See that spy, the slot corner spying. And I have two safeties in robber coverage. That's me matching the pattern there. I wish the other slot safety would do the same thing and match that pattern a little bit further down the field. But the MLB in the blue zone cheats over and picks him up, allowing me to match the slot and nowhere else to go. So he just figures to take a shot. Not going to get, a fierce pass rush with 3-man pressure, but it does its job. And last but not least, an adjustment I like to make to cover 4 is when I'm in all-out middle of the field, long yardage pass defense, is hot route that middle linebacker to a blue to basically create a cover 5. I have the zones audible to the middle of the field. If they beat me outside, so be it. I want to defend the middle of the field first. You see OC spinning in, coming in, forcing him to get rid of that ball, I'm sure, quicker than he wants. Linebacker bailing. See the safeties converging and squeezing to the middle to make those seams harder. And he's going to try to force it and lead him outside. There's the other safety pinching down to the middle seam. And you see the linebacker in between them. It's going to be tough to get that ball into the middle. Purple zone doing its thing. Here's on the other side, same thing. I'm controlling the defensive tackle, and the ball's up for grabs and got no chance. So those are some secondary plays with some adjustments that I like to make to my Tampa-2 style. Parts 4 and 5, and hopefully that's it. 4 and 5 will be going over roster setups and some gameplay live. Talk to you all later. Peace.